The name of my company is Sundberg-Ferar. We are actually an 80-year-old product development consulting firm. We were founded in 1934 in Detroit. My staff is made up of design researchers, market researchers, industrial designers, mechanical engineers. We have a big prototype shop. We do strategic work, but all of those disciplines come together in an activity we call commodity transformation. So we're trying to take our clients' products, and our clients are Coca-Cola and Electrolux and Club Car and big tractor manufacturers and all these different kinds of people. Our job is to help them differentiate their product in unique and compelling ways. So understanding end user experiences or desired experiences, and then reformatting or redesigning the product to fulfill those desired experiences is what we're all about. Hopefully in the process, we will make our clients' products unique and distinguished in the marketplace so that they can be competitive. I ran into a friend of mine who owns a design firm also, and talked to him for a little while. He has a wayfinding design firm, and I'm product development, but we know each other through an industry organization, and he's kind of doing the same thing, just walking around and figuring out, holy moly, look at what we can do. I didn't realize all this was possible, I mean, we can dream it, but now you can see it. And I mean, there's things you read about 5 or 10 years ago that are off in the future, and it's all happening very quickly. We're just talking about different perspectives on where the future's going. I have a unique perspective coming from the product development side of things, because as a traditional product designer, our world is being rocked by technology and what's happening. And we define ourselves partly as user experience designers, like we're the designers of experiences, not just products. So while it used to be we'd do styling and engineering, now all of a sudden there's like filmmaking and advertising and all sorts of other disciplines that are becoming part of what I need to have on my staff, the kind of disciplines I need to have on my staff to design these great user experiences that are all being affected by all this technology. So my talk tomorrow is going to kind of focus on my perspective on how digital signage, and again, I'll digress, but what do you call digital signage? Is your smartphone in your pocket, is that digital signage? Is Google Glass, if they end up doing that, is that digital signage? Because I think it is. I'm designing control panels for washing machines that are digital signage, and Procter & Gamble might want to advertise on somebody's washing machine in your laundry room. And I'm designing a gas pump for a company that makes fuel pumps, and you realize very quickly that first and foremost, this gas pump is advertising media, and secondarily, it happens to have a hose and a nozzle on it so you can fill up your tank with gas. So, I mean, we're being bombarded with this technology, and it's changing user experiences in previously sort of mundane products. Styling and ergonomics and stuff of that is almost secondary to this other part of the user experience, which is spinning off new revenue models and advertising stuff and all this stuff. So anyway, it's just fascinating to me. Smartphones are the de facto sort of reference now. And if it doesn't do what your smartphone does, then it's inferior. And there's not a lot of embedded system stuff like I do, on a treadmill or in a washing machine or on a gas pump that's as interactive, as nicely interactive as most smartphones are. So there's a lot of catching up to do, but it's happening, And then, the thing I keep coming around to is, when are you going to be wearing the signage so you don't need to bolt it to a wall anywhere, because it's with the viewer all the time? And a smartphone is actually a step towards that. And then, sorry, I got so many thoughts going, but I mean, revenue models. So if I design a washing machine that has a control panel on it that Procter & Gamble advertises detergent to me in my laundry room, who owns the washing machine? And what's in it for me as the homeowner to be advertised to in my laundry room? And so from the history of television, you get to watch a television show for free if you're willing to put up with the advertising, you know? And then, so then HBO comes along and there's, you know, no commercials, but you got to pay for it. So all these models are happening with all this regular, everyday tools now. I mean, so, and who gets the money for the advertising that Procter & Gamble? Do you get the money to, when Procter & Gamble, I'm singling out Procter & Gamble, I have no idea whether they want to do it, but when a detergent company wants to advertise on your washing machine, who do they pay to have the privilege of advertising to you on your washing machine? I mean, the questions just explode. There's thousands of questions. I think prices are coming down. Every surface is going to be able to be digital. I mean, there was a car, Toyota introduced a car, or a concept car at the auto show last year. I'm from Detroit, and at the North American International Auto Show, Toyota had a car that the entire skin of the car was a digital display. So you could program anything onto the skin of your car. You could change the color of it, it could flash caution, or it could advertise something. And so now if every surface is digital, then where do you stop and where do you start and who? So to me, I mean, the essence of what I want to say tomorrow, the thesis of my little talk, is I think it all comes back to, I think the companies that will win and the companies that will thrive in this environment of ubiquity when it comes to digital surfaces are going to be the ones that best understand user experiences. And the experience of walking through an airport or walking on a treadmill. You know, the experience of washing your clothes in your laundry room or the experience of driving your car. And if you understand those experiences or those ideal desired experiences for these end users, then you have a chance of designing a win-win situation where as you're advertising to them, as you're messaging to them, as you're feeding them information, they are benefiting from that information rather than being annoyed by that information. And that's the secret to the whole thing, is really understanding people and what they want. And of course what you're doing is you're inventing the future. You know, you're trying to identify ideal experiences in an environment that people aren't accustomed to. And so end users have a very difficult time describing what the next new thing is, but we believe they can describe their desired emotions and their aspirations. And if you can then, inspired by those emotions or that specification for these ideal emotions or aspirations, if you can design and prototype scenarios, then you can sort of test those hypotheses against this specification that you wrote. I think the companies that will be doing that, and that's what my company is trying to figure out every day how to do, you know, and keep improving. Because I believe that's where success is going to be found. Because I think your question was, what's going to happen in this environment? How quickly is it all going to happen? It's all going to happen very quickly. Everything's going to be a digital surface or have the capacity to be a digital surface. And so there'd be no shortage of digital surfaces, right? So then it's just figuring out, well, how do you pay for it and where do you play your message? I'm not sure I'm a technology expert, but I am an expert in product development, and I'm also an expert in knowing how to figure out what people want next. And that to me is the key to harnessing all this technology in a way that it's productive and not, like I said, annoying, not causing an invasion of privacy or that you feel like it's Big Brother or that you've got information overload. I think all of those things are avoidable, even with this ubiquitous nature of all this stuff. Yeah, I think I will. Actually, I took a bunch of movies to take back and show my team, because I wished I would have brought a couple people. After I got here, I realized, I'm like, oh my God, I should have brought a few people here. To see all this stuff in person is really, it's pretty amazing. I'm impressed, and you know, I'm a product designer, so theoretically I should be up on technology, but I'm seeing some things that I wasn't aware were as mainstream as they seem now, which is really cool. It inspires me, you know. So I went to art school. I'm an industrial designer by training, and seeing what's around here at the show gets my juices flowing. It makes me want to go and design new things, which is fun. It's half the reason for being here for a designer. And I guarantee you next year I'm going to bring some more people from my company here to see what I've seen today. Amazing technology, very inspiring.